Good evening. First of all, my thanks to the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this honor, and it's a privilege to join past Hall of Fame builders. Second, my sincere congratulations to all the other inductees being installed this evening. Influencers in my life. Thanks to my fellow crew members and coaches from back in the day, several of my rowing buddies are here this evening. I learned many important life skills while training and racing with them. To my best friend, Ken Skinner, who introduced me to the sport in 1972, with whom I rowed through the World Masters Games in Toronto in '85. He has been a role model for me in terms of how to play well with others. Bob Ellard, the stroke of our four, who encouraged and actively supported me to become president of Rowing Canada. Bob is himself an outstanding volunteer and leader in Canadian rowing and several other sports. Joe Barnsley, a great stroke man in the early days, who always provided great leadership and wise counsel as chair of the WRC Building Company. Thanks to Theo Dubois, who coached us to compete at the Royal Canadian Henley. He is a legend who made us all better rowers. He also made a great pineapple upside-down cake, which he brought to the WRC board meetings. Thanks to an undisputed reel builder, Ron Bazarab. He was not only the architect of the new boathouse, but a consensus builder as president of the WRC and NWRA rowing communities. We miss him dearly. My thanks to Derry Riley, another builder of the WRC. His group were the guardians of rowing in Winnipeg during the lean years. Derry was the senior senator directly responsible for raising the money for that new boathouse. As a builder, my thanks to all the executive committees and boards I have served with over the past 40 years. After serving as president of WRC and MRA, I got fully engaged at the national level with Rowing Canada Aviron. I was honored to be the first RCA president to come from the prairies. I've been on the board and executive of the Northwest International Rowing Association for over 30 years in one capacity or another from 1985. My sincere thanks to Randy Newberg, Charlie Stockwell, who are instrumental in keeping the association and especially the annual regatta running smoothly. As an umpire, my thanks go to the chief umpires and jury members I have served with throughout the years. Thanks to all the MRA umpires who became RCA certified. We had a dozen fully qualified men and women, half of which were women. That's because half of the rowers were women. My unreserved thanks to John Cavanaugh of the Minnesota Boat Club, co-chair of the NWIRA Umpires Committee. John and I were responsible for training and ensuring that members of the jury for the annual championship regatta, now in its 116th year, would be qualified and drawn from all the member clubs from Canada and the United States. Thanks to Rowing BC's Herb Chalier and Wayne Van Osterhout, who mentored me on my path to become the first FISA umpire from the prairies, of which I am most proud. Finally, a special thanks to my wife, Vicki, and our three kids, Holly, Chris, and Beth, all of whom are rowers and are here today, along with Holly's daughters, Danica and Meredith, my granddaughters. In the early years, they traveled with me to regattas when I was a rower. We took family vacation time to allow me to follow my ardent interest as an umpire. They forgave me for traveling solo from coast to coast in Canada and around Europe in my service as an official. I truly appreciate the time they allowed me to pursue my journey. Again, my sincere thanks to my buddy Skins and Jim Nicoluk, who nominated me, and the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame Selection Committee for the honor of joining past builders of sport in Manitoba. Thank you.